Hello everyone, I all hope you had a very wonderful day and a very beautiful day. Sorry that I couldn't exactly shoot the next episode. The problem is that I had to exactly rush back to had to go back to the doctor. But today I'm exactly here. Next week Monday I'll keep shooting. I'm not sure about Tuesday, but if I do exactly successfully exactly able to exactly shoot, then I'll be able to exactly proceed on from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday. But despite that, I all hope you will have a wonderful and a blessed day. Anyway, today we have to talk about Zack and his sisters, who are well known throughout the rest of Sacred Existence and throughout the rest of Sacred World as the most powerful villains. Zack's sisters are the most powerful witches, known as the Sun Witches. For centuries, Zack's sisters have plagued the sacred world and the sacred universe into chaos and into destruction. His sisters are more powerful and formidable witches. They've been fighting with the universal magic heroes over for a decade, trying to exactly reconquering all the magic worlds and all the magic worlds and all the magic planets and all the magic cities throughout the sacred world and throughout the sacred world itself. They exactly believe that they are quietly destined to rule the magic worlds and the magic kingdoms of sacred existence by any means necessary. Sanra is the leader of the Sun Witches. She leads them with great authority. Within the within the 40th century, Sanra and the rest of the Sun Witches began using a powerful convergence to exactly combine their dark magic in order to exactly destroy all the other worlds and all the other civilization. But the attempts were quietly thwarted when Magic Man intervened. He was able to exactly fight off with the Sun Druids, able to exactly fight off with the Sun Druids and with the Sun Wishes and with the Sun Faithful, able to exactly keep them occupied. Sunra began implementing her plans in order to destroy all the other worlds and all the other civilization using her powerful dark magic ball. But her plans were quietly thwarted and interrupted though when Magic Man uses his magical powers and his ability into destroying Sunra's dark magic ball, into destroying Sunra's ball of dark magic, which was able to be eviscerated, forcing Sunra and her sisters to exactly retreat, forcing them to exactly retreat and disappear, which they were able to exactly do by quickly teleporting away. Within that time, Sanra was able to exactly reconvene with her brother, who is well known as Nurzak, who is a supervillain and a former member of the Thunder Heroes. Nurzak advises his sisters to remain calm and to remain calm and also to keep bay and to have patience with their plans in conquering other worlds and other civilizations and in destroying them. Sunra exactly vowed that the next time that she has all the power and all the energy in her disposal, she will exactly destroy and decimate all the heroes who pose a threat to her plan and to her long-term plan in conquering the magic worlds and all the magic cities and all the magic planets within sacred existence by any and all means necessary. Nozok was very proud and very proud and very happy of seeing his sister's determination and confidence boasting around, and exactly was able to exactly please her, seeing her in such fiery spirit, despite her not being exactly being down or being quietly being opened up. Over the following centuries, when the Shadow Empire has conquered vast worlds and many vast civilizations and many vast planets throughout the known universe and throughout the sacred universe, Sunra and the rest of the Sun Witches began meditating and using all their power and energy to exactly focusing all the energy, all the shadow energy and all the power in order to exactly boost their immortality and their powers and their dark magic abilities and their teleportation skills and their opening portals ability and the power to possess dead bodies and dead beings in order to exactly wake them up and also to successfully resurrect them. In doing so, Sunra and the rest of her son and the rest of her Sun Witches sisters gain more power and gain more new abilities and gain more new dark abilities and new powerful abilities, able to exactly granting them the power of superhuman thinking and the ability to exactly sense ancient energies and such as Universal Man's energy and War Boy's energy, Mind Girl's energy, Organic Boy and Werewolf Boy, the United Heroes energy, Magic Man's energy, Universal Magic Girl's energy, and the Universal Magic Heroes energy, able to detect their energies and able to exactly sense all dark and powerful negative energies across the known universe and across the rest of sacred existence. Sunra was able to exactly gain a new and seize a new ability along with the rest of her son's sisters. In doing so, Nursak reconvened with them and exactly offered to exactly combine his dark magic, his dark abilities with Sunra's power and their abilities in order to enhance their abilities and their power in doing so. In doing so, Sunra and the rest of her sisters combined their hands with Nerzak's sister, formed a powerful convergence, which was able to exactly empower them all up, make them able to exactly evolve their abilities, granting them immense power and immense enchanted memories and enhanced memory and enhanced immortality and enhanced abilities in doing so. They became more powerful and more indestructible than ever before. In doing so, Sanwa was very pleased with how they evolved and how quickly they became. When news came of the raw magic demise of the universal heroes, Sanwa was very quietly beneath herself. She was very quietly sad. She was very quietly sad and very quietly displeased with the passing of the raw magic. In she doing so, she began crafting a plan in destroying the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of the other forces. She began activating a dormant terrifying power core from a dormant world to destroy half of the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of the other planets that they managed to successfully liberate. Her and her sisters and the rest of the Dark Dwarves and the rest of the Dark Witches and the rest of the Dark Faithful began converging, combining their dark powers and their dark energy with shadow energy, able to exactly activate the dormant power, able to exactly activate the dormant Genesis core that can easily destroy all the planets, but the attempts were quietly foiled when Magic Girl and the rest of the Universal Magic heroes were able to exactly use their powers and their magic to fight off the dark magic energy that they can exactly sense from Sunra's energy and power and capacity by exactly dismantling the core's power before it could exactly destroy and take half of the star system along with it, taking half of the star system and the rest of the star system along with it, which they were able successfully presenting. Sunra became more ambitious and more very determined in order to destroy the universal heroes and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of their forces who poses a threat to their plans and into their long-term plan. In doing so, she began forming alliances with another Dark Witch known as Dark Witch Nebula Bringer, who supplied her with endless experiments for her to exactly experiment with shadow energy, giving Shadow Empire warlords with more destructive technology and cybernetics technology, able to exactly craft the technology and its weaponry into a cybernetics technology for the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to exactly war and to fight off the Galactic Coalition and the rest of the Universal heroes. To even dispatch some of the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to take out the Universal heroes and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition forces, which they successfully did. The Shadow Empire warlords and commanders launched a full-scale attack on launch a full-scale attack on the other worlds and on the other civilization, trying to exactly conquer them. But the Universal heroes and the rest of the United heroes and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition forces were able to exactly anticipate this, and they were able to exactly warn off the enemy, and they were able to exactly fight off the enemy. Some of the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders stayed and fought and battled with the heroes. Universal Man was able to exactly gain the upper hand with the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, while the other heroes also gained the upper hand in the battle in defeating the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders with their destructive technologies and with their cybernetics technologies, preventing them from conquering other worlds and other civilizations. Before they were exactly sentenced to the Astral Prison, Universal Man and the rest of the United Heroes and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition forces asked the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders who exactly dispatched them and who exactly sent them. But before they can exactly say anything, they did not exactly say anything or speak anything. Their mouths were quietly shut, quiet as if they did not exactly been interrogated. They were exactly sentenced straightly into the astral prison where they'll be kept for in custody for the remaining days of their lives. The Order of the Five decided extending invitation. Decided on the next year, the Order of the Five decided extending invitations to numerous intelligent colleagues of villains known as Nerzak, and the son, which is Nerzak's sister, Sunra, and the rest of her sisters into joining forces with them. Sunra exactly accepted the invitation and started joining forces with the secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five that can exactly decide the fate of humanity and controlling the rest of the known universe and the rest of sacred existence by any means necessary. Sunra was able to convene with the members of the Order of the Five with the members of the Order of the Five, with the members of the Order of the Five, the members of the Order of the Five on the 5th of August, in order to discuss their plans and their operations in taking out the Universal Heroes, and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition forces. Darklight exactly reassured the members of the Order of the Five that the plan is in place, that in conquering all the other worlds and all the other civilizations, it would exactly proceed as it was meant to exactly proceed, though the Shadow Empire, with it being in chaos and a new threat of the new Lord of Magic rising from the shadows, posing a great imminent threat, Darklight exactly reassured the members of the Order of the Five that the plan is exactly still in place and that it will exactly continue as the way it was supposed to be. So did Shadow Master, exactly saying that everything else is quietly in place. Nerza quietly asks everything else will proceed accordingly, as well as Shadow Fox exactly stepped into the light and exactly reassured the members and said, yes, everything else is quietly according to plan. They dispatched a powerful shadow bounty hunter from Zandak's faction into taking out the Universal Heroes and into successfully wiping them out. The bounty didn't exactly successfully succeed in his mission in taking out one of the heroes, but he was able to exactly retreat it. He was able to exactly move. He was able to exactly wound one of the Universal Heroes, successfully forcing him to exactly draw back. On the next coming day, they're able to reconvene in order to discuss the coming up to discuss the outcome of the operations, which was successfully bad. Sanra exactly pointed out that though the bounty may have failed on killing one of the Universal Heroes, but the Universal Heroes are still secretly coordinating with the rest of the Sacred Team and with the Intergalactic Coalition and with the World Heroes and with the World Heroes and with the Universal Space Universal Space Heroes and with the Universal Defending Heroes. Darklight exactly said that these heroes exactly pose a great threat to their plan and to their sinister plan and also to their long-term plan. And that these heroes like these cannot exactly be underestimated. They can never be underestimated under no circumstances. They have to be taken down no matter what exactly. Elderly Granny stepped in and exactly reassured the members of the Order of the Five that the plan is in place in order to taking out the Universal Heroes and the rest of the Sacred Team and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition, and that she'll exactly deal with them no matter how, and she'll exactly deal with them permanently in every way she exactly seen in every way seems necessary for their plans to exactly go through. In the next month, the members of the Order of the Five host a video conference to discuss their plans, when Shadow Master exactly relayed them that the Intergalactic Coalition was able to liberate thousands of worlds and thousands of civilizations from the Shadow Empire's control, forcing the Shadow Empire itself to exactly retreat, and the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders were successfully taken into custody. Sunra exactly viewed that these heroes are quite literally succeeding in their missions in liberating all worlds and all planets from the Shadow Empire's control. But exactly, Shadow Master exactly reassured the members of the Order of the Five that the other worlds and other civilizations are secretly under their control, and that they've been placed under their control by their agents and by the other forces and by their agents and by the alien agents and by the other forces of the Order of Five, by the other agents and by the other agents and by the forces of the Order of the Five who exactly ordered to remain as their eyes and ears on the other planets and the other civilization. Despite this, Sanra is very, very intelligent and very, very powerful. Her and her sisters are very powerful and very intelligent. They have the ability of summoning, the ability of possession, the ability of sensing energies, the ability of creating new dark and powerful mysterious technologies, supplying them to the Shadow Empire warlords, forming alliances with other supervillains such as Shadow Master, Nerzak, Darklight, Shadow Fox, Witch Girl, No Tonight, Michael Max, and No Face, and Ghostmaster Metal Face, and all the other sinister villains and Goddess of Life, and goddess of life and all the other sinister villains in order to further up their own plans and their ambition in conquering the known universe and the rest of the magic worlds. Sana will do whatever it takes to conquer and complete her goal and her mission by any and all means necessary. She's even now a current member of a secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five that decides the fate of humanity and wants to control the known universe and the rest of sacred existence by any and means necessary. Sanra and her sisters are very intelligent. They have raw intellect, combining dark technologies with destructive technologies, forming alliances with other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, utilizing their resources for their own goals and for their ambition to conquer the rest of the unknown worlds across the sacred world and across the sacred universe, in fighting against and frequently clashing with the four nations, with the four nation hunters and with the rest of the universal heroes in order to conquer other worlds and vast civilizations. Despite this, Sanra and the rest of the Sun Witches are determined and are very, very powerful witches and a very, very powerful dark Sun Witches who will do whatever it takes to conquer the magic worlds and the magic planets and to rule them and to rule the sacred world with an iron fist by any and all means necessary. The four nation hunters have fought them for many millennia and for many centuries ago. And for many centuries ago, they've been fighting with the Sun Witches for many centuries, trying to exactly stop them from conquering worlds and planets and vast civilizations by any and all means necessary. Sanra and her sisters are the greatest descendants of the great Sun Witches. They are the most formidable descendants ever possible. They have raw intellect and raw intelligence, forming an alliances with other commanders and warlords and other villains and other secret societies to further up their own goal and their ambition in order for them to utilize their own resources and their goals and their mission in order to conquer worlds and planets and other worlds and planets, and harvesting the crystals and the minerals and the minerals and the resources of the other worlds and other planets in order to create powerful dark mysterious machines and experiments notation to unlocking the secrets of shadow energy and the secrets of shadow energy and the immortality powers and the abilities. Despite this, Sanra and the rest of the Sun Witches are powerful and invincible and determined. They are actually sisters to Nerzak, who are super villain and who are current members of the Order of the Five. They are a family of super villains, working with other villains to further their own goal and their ambition. They believe that they are the rightful leaders, rightful kings and queens to conquer the rest of sacred existence and the rest of the magic worlds and the rest of the magic universe by any and all means necessary. With Nerzak's determination, by Sanra's side, they are unstoppable and indestructible. According to the Universal Hero Database, Nerzak and the rest of the Sun Witches are relatives, makes them more powerful than anything they've ever encountered with the rest of the other threats and with the rest of the known threats that the Universal Heroes have come against and have come against and also fought. Despite this, they are very powerful and are very deadly and are very, very, very intelligent. Not meant to be underestimated. But the Intergalactic Coalition and the Universal Heroes will stop these villains and all their plans from coming to fruition, and they'll do whatever they can in their power to restore peace and balance and prosperity to the rest of sacred existence and to the rest of the sacred world and to the rest of the sacred universe by any and all means necessary. Sanra and the rest of her sisters are powerful sun villains, are powerful immortal villains, as in powerful, extremely powerful, and are current members of a secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five that decides the fate of humanity. Well, I all hope you enjoyed this episode in this video. This is the last one. I'll see you on Monday, and I hope that I will be able to see you on Monday. If anything else changes, I'll see you on Tuesday or on Wednesday or Thursday or until Friday. But before the schools closes, I'll do as much episodes as I can in order for us to exactly finish up. But the rest of you exactly have a blessed weekend. Stay positive and stay happy and stay safe and stay warm. Bye. Bye.